private equity has largely been out of reach of many investors because the minimum investment needed can be multiple millions. If you want to build a diversified portfolio, that could take $50-60 million in order to build, while we approach it quite differently, and we try to put together a collection of managers inside of one pool and offer the ability to have instant diversification across multiple managers, multiple vintages, and multiple different styles.
So there have been a number of articles recently that have starting to sound the alarm, if you will, on secondaries. And really coming at it from the angle that, hey, there are a lot of large institutions that are selling their private equity portfolios. So they must be telling us something, right? Because these are seasoned institutional investors. They must be saying something about the private equity market. We think that's fundamentally mistaken. And there's a lot of good reasons why private equity investors look to sell their private equity assets. It could be that they're just simply rebalancing their portfolio. They're over allocated to private equity, and so they need to reduce that exposure. They could have capital needs that they need to rebalance to meet regulatory hurdles or just meet capital requirements. In fact, they might decide that, hey, right today we see some really great opportunities. It's been sort of within private equity, a slowdown within liquidity. So I'm going to utilize and leverage the secondary market to get that liquidity that I'm not naturally getting from private equity to really be able to double down into the current environment. So I think we absolutely disagree that this is not the time to be thinking about secondaries. And in fact, secondaries are not a sign of distress, but really an opportunity for private equity, because it is providing a natural lubrication, if you will, or it's certainly liquidity within the private equity market.
I think one of the things that's misunderstood about private equity is it kind of is very cyclical in the way that it invests. But if you look at the different ways to approach it, you can approach primary funds during boom periods, secondary funds through slower periods, and co-investments through the whole period. So you have multiple different ways to play it depending on where we are in the cycle. But really the value is what happens in between. The value creation that's offered by the private equity manager